Presented by Hyatt Regency Guam. Cafe Kitchen now open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Hafaday Guam, welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Jonah Charfis. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a packed show for you this evening. Coming up, we head on over to Dededo and check out the Z's Green Canteen, serving up delicious smoothie bowls. A little bit later, I had the opportunity to sit down with YouTube sensation, singer, songwriter, and producer Jeremy Passion when he performed on Guam recently. And we close out the show tonight with the music from talented duo of Sharito Soriano and Chen Conlu, also known as Astrologic, when they performed on Live Local Friday on Guam's favorite I-94. But first, the McGee sisters are a talented group of ladies. I've had the pleasure of interviewing Rita and Elaine, both creative costume designers. Up next is Alita Bailey, who, you guessed it, is also a costume designer. Here's more. It's been 17 years since former Guam resident Alita Bailey was last on island.
I just got chills, and I'm like, when the plane landed, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm home, I'm on Guam, and it's like still like surreal. Like I was telling I'll tell my kids stories. I was doing my daughter's hair, and I was like, well, you know, on Guam, and I was like, oh, we're on Guam, like we're here, you know, like you get to experience, you know, my stories and what it is.
This self-professed island girl from Mongmong is making her mark abroad as a costume designer.
I was basically born and raised here. So I went to Cathedral Grade School, then Bishop Gardner, and I graduated from Academy. My life is from here. The every being essence, where my creativity comes from is from here.
She says her creativity and inspiration came from her parents and her sisters, Elaine, Rosalind, and Rita.
My father, you could get $5 from him by saying, oh, Dad, you look sharp, you look clean. He loved dressing. My mother, she would sew. I started wanting to sew and had the sewing machine. I hand stitch and I made a glove, and then I, you know, carried on, and then I was like sewing. And so, yeah, I definitely got the creativity from my parents, my sisters. You know, Rita was in fashion. She was with John Robert Powers, you know, Belta.
When she moved off island, her sister Rita had her assist on shows like Love That Girl, Read Between the Lines, Let's Stay Together. She's also assisted Rita on TV hits like Empire, Zoe Ever After starring Brandy, and the BET movie The New Edition Story, which saw record numbers.
New Edition was great because it was like, I get chills. Emmy nomination. Just the childhood, the memories from music, and it's like, oh, music and fashion and style in the 80s and the 90s, and we did 4 decades within the story, you know. It was great.
And speaking of New Edition, Alita worked most recently on the BET Awards New Edition Tribute.
I just like any aspect of creativity, you know, not necessarily trying to be all over the place, but I feel all those worlds come together in in performing arts and style and fashion, and then telling the story through clothes and film and television.
Okay, I had to bring it up. So I found out Alita's father-in-law is Philip Bailey. Yes, the Philip Bailey, as in one of the original band members and lead singer from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I joked with her about getting him to come to Guam.
We have all been encouraging my father-in-law, please come to Guam. You know, the people are going to be so excited, and it's going to be wonderful and beautiful. Papi, you better do it. Come to Guam. Hafaday to the mountains. Please, please, please. So, yes, we've been encouraging. We're on the campaign. Trust everyone, we're on the campaign.
As for what advice she give to those wishing to pursue their dreams?
Stay passionate, stay determined, you know, being inquisitive. You know, research, Google, and then when you send your information, send your resume, ask people, and just continue, like be repetitive. And you just have to keep going, and you may get no's. I mean, that's our business. The nature of our business and creativity, if there's a lot of no's, there's disappointment, but you just stay determined.
Don't go anywhere, because when we return, we head on over to Dededo and check out Z's Green Canteen. You're watching In the Mix.